Attention all units, we're now in pursuit.
Hi guys, and welcome to a new series of video where we are going to look at the progress made on the driver syndicate, both on the development and community side. This first state of the game will focus on three main topics: cities, vehicles and orders. Since it's the first one, this video might be bigger than the others, and if I haven't spoken about one project, please let me know in the comments and be assured it will be covered in another state of the game. And let's start with a very important part of a driving game in my opinion, the cities. If at the beginning of the game we were only able to play on a very small city that was mainly made of a few districts, we can now enjoy a various range of cities thanks to the community. Just look at Havana from Driver 2 by ComandoColton, which looks fantastic and immediately reminds us all the hours spent on PlayStation 1 driving into it. With the addition of custom buildings and textures, this map really delivers the PlayStation 1 experience with a more up-to-date look. Of course, you have also noticed the cars driving around the streets that helped getting the original experience. Thanks to Hallgarth, we did a lot of new vehicles for the driver syndicates, but we will get back to it. The city is still being in progress, so check ComandoColton YouTube channel to get the latest updates on it. You can also play on another map inspired by Driver 2 with Chicago by AstraKing. It isn't advanced as Havana, but you can already recognize some of the layout and of course the vehicles from Chicago made once more by Hallgarth. Note that you can play with them on the city of your liking, they are not cities restricted. If Havana is the biggest city replica from Driver 2 in Syndicate, the one from Driver 1 is definitely Miami by Matti. I already talked about it, and as for Driver City inspired, it's currently the one that feels the most complete, with a fully layout and even mission to play on. Matti is also working on adding new buildings and texture to make it even better, so stay tuned in another state of the game. If you want to play on these great add-ons, I will upload a tutorial video alongside that one so you can see how to install them. Let's end this section about city with two that aren't inspired by all driver games. Delray is made by RedLine, who made a few videos about Syndicate, and it's inspired by his hometown. Still at its early stages, I hope I will be able to show you more in an upcoming state of the game. The other one is one of the biggest projects of Syndicate, CityNikki. You may already be familiar with our first project, Nikki, an extension of the default map done by Sophie, and both maps are still being updated by Nikki. They bring new environment settings in the game, such as an airport with landing airplanes and a working lighthouse, and that kind of thing isn't that common in the driver series. Definitely worth a look. You will also need Nikki if you want to play to Silvercatz custom mission, but I digress. That's it for the chapter on city. Of course, improvements or new project as well as the one I forgot to talk about today will be featured in another state of the game. Let's now talk about another very important part of a driving game, the vehicles. You may already notice a few ones by watching the cities gameplay, with a lot made by Hallgarth, and they are sometimes needed to play correctly on this city due to their vehicle traffic requirement. Matti is also making some vehicles add-ons, which are some kind of conversion of cars from Driver 3, but he also did original models such as the Je veux or the Steel Emperor. All these vehicles add-ons requires the auto and engine sounds pack made by Nikki, so do not forget to download and install it, or the vehicles will have no sounds when you are driving them. If you follow the tutorial video that is inside the folder, you should be able to do it without too much trouble. Since we are talking about vehicles, the last update brought a new vehicle selection screen to the game with the addition of Silvercatz Polaroid picture style. If you have installed new cars, they will show as classified, but you can still look at the name to pick the right one. Silvercatz even made new picture for some of the add-ons, so don't forget to download his pack as well. Final but not least, let's talk about missions and game modes. It's good to have new cities and vehicles, it's even better if you have new way to play it with them. Silvercatz released a pack of 5 missions that you can play on default Nikki, which will challenge your driver skills with timed mission and thrilling chases. It also has fresh ideas that weren't in the original driver games, such as searching an area to find a specific vehicle. To play them after you have downloaded and installed them, you need to use the console to launch them, as they are not implemented in the menu yet. Just open the console with the key above tab, write start silver/silver1 and press enter to start the first mission. Silvercatz also released a brand new game mode that has a lot of potential, Destruction Derby. As simple as it sounds, you will have a lot of fun, and I'm really hoping that new area will be made for the game. Right now there is only a modified version of the parking, but in my opinion it's a little too narrowed to be able to crash at full speed in another car. The best would be to get the skyscraper arenas from Destruction Derby War, which were a lot of fun to play on. Finally, I wanted to show you a new game mode by Sherbetjutsu. Well, technically Checkpoints ones aren't that new, but the third one is taking place on a custom map with obstacles, and it's very challenging. To be honest, I haven't beaten it yet, but I've tried it a lot of time and it reminds me what I wanted to do with the Tower of Challenge or games like Getting Over It. I hope more maps like that one will be made, because it offers a very different approach to the driving that is very interesting to play with the Syndicate handling. And that's it for this first state of the game. When improvement or new project will be released, I will make another one to show you how active the driver community is. If you want to install these add-ons, please check the Driver Syndicate website that will get an update design very soon, and the Discord server to download and give your feedback. It will be very appreciated. Thanks to the amazing members that making new content for the game, and to Sophie for keep developing it. The best way to keep Driver alive is to play it, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!